So hi Karthik, my name is Vikram and I'm the trainer for .NET Technologies. So I'm into training completely into Microsoft Technologies and web designing. So I usually train on .NET MVC and WCF, AngularJS, and window application and web designing with so many other approaches also with respect to the web designing. Okay, so before starting the class, I just want to know what you know in .NET application and just explain a little bit of what you know and what you don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm very glad to introduce myself. Yeah, actually, I just completed my master's and I just got placed in a company and their domain is to have a project on .NET. So
Okay.
I just have a time of 2 to 3 months. So meanwhile, I just want to learn this .NET and I just want to create an application like mobile application or etc. So I just want to
Okay.
learn from the basics. I'm very
Okay.
well aware of Java, C, data structures, database,
Hmm.
and Android.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. And right now you are in.
Sorry?
Right now you are in which place?
Yeah, I'm from Hyderabad.
No. Right now, where are you actually?
Yeah, in
Uh,
my room.
okay, you are in Hyderabad only. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Hyderabad.
Okay. 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 Fine. Okay. So actually, if you want to start a .NET application, so first of all, actually you have to use a software that is Visual Studio software. Okay, the
Yeah.
first thing, have you already installed the Visual Studio software?
Yeah. In my earlier only I have started. Once I have seen some videos in YouTube and just tried myself to create a CRUD example, CRUD. But
Which version?
I'm not sure.
Okay, in MVC you're
I
talking about?
just,
Where
yeah,
you, where?
MVC.
Okay, yeah, fine. And which version of the Visual Studio you're using?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's long back ago, 4.5 months.
Okay, fine, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, see, actually first thing is you need a Visual Studio. And right now I'm using Visual Studio 2017. Okay, this is a software, 2017 software. And previous versions
Okay.
are 2015, okay, and 2013, and 12, and 10, okay, 2008,
I think 2013 I
okay,
have used. It has some specific configuration also, right?
okay.
Is there any versions in this Visual Studio?
Yeah, there are so many versions are there. Actually, it's not there are so many packages actually. The one is
Okay.
like Ultimate Edition. Edition it is. Okay, it is called as editions. Okay, so Ultimate Edition. Okay, and one more is Professional Edition. There are difference in that. Okay, and one more is like mine is Platinum or something. It is called actually. Just a second. Just close and I will show you. Okay, so just go to the Visual Studio and I'm using a 2017. Okay, it's an enterprise edition. It's the highest edition. Okay, enterprise is the highest
Yeah.
edition. Okay,
Okay.
so you can use the enterprise also. So enterprise edition also you can use. Okay, so enterprise is nothing but most of the developer, and it's a fully loaded packages is in the enterprise edition. It's not required actually. Enterprise edition is not required, and ultimate is also there, and like still there are two more editions are there. So you have to just check it in your Visual Studio site and you have to just download it. Okay, for downloading this 2017, at least you need 4 GB RAM or 3 GB minimum I'm talking about, because if you install it with the enterprise edition in a like Windows 10 with 4 GB RAM or something like that, so even
Okay.
little bit slow. So if you have 2015, it's better to install 2015 or only little bit packages of 2017 is fine, but not
Mm-hmm.
required. Enterprise editions is not required for the beginner. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a software that is Visual Studio software, and by using this software, we are going to write the programs and we are going to write the different applications and everything. Okay. You are here to learn. The first thing is about C#.NET. Okay, how you're going to write the language. Okay, so C#.NET is nothing but we have a language. Okay, so by using this language, what we are expecting and what we are going to do, that is very important. This is what the outcome. So once you know the C#.NET, what is the outcome of it? Okay, so that is nothing but .NET application. So the people will say it as .NET. .NET is nothing but C# language. So once you're familiar with how to write a C# language and what you're going to do. Okay, the first thing is okay, once you know and once you're familiar with the C#.NET language, and then you can build your Windows application. Okay, so let me write here applications. It's just a theoretical little bit. I will explain it so that you will get an overall idea what we are going to do. Okay, that is also important actually. So what I can develop my application. So let's say Windows applications I can develop it. So can I just give me some examples for Windows application?
Oh, Windows application, VLC player.
Okay, so it's a media player. Okay, just
Media
say
player.
media player is a window application. Okay, so whatever the exe file you develop it, like antivirus, it's a window application. Okay, or software. Okay, so our simple tools you're developing it. Okay, it's nothing but what? It's a window application. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I develop any software, so tool is nothing but small application. So if I say software, like Office software or other software, it's nothing but what? It's a window application. So if you know C# language, and then you can develop your own window application. Okay, maybe you can develop a small tool, or the little different softwares you can develop it, or exe files. It's nothing but the software is nothing but exe only. Okay, let's say that I minimize it. So what is a SWAMP, or let's say Kaspersky? What is this? It's a exe file. Okay, so such kind of applications we can develop it with the help of say Windows application and by using C#.NET. Okay, so this is what the first outcome if you know very well about C#.NET. The second one is web application. Okay, the second one is web application. So can you just give me some examples for the web application?
Web application is nothing but online shopping.
E-commerce. Okay, yeah. So then okay, let's say portal. Okay, portal applications. Okay, and websites, online banking or whatever it is. Okay, the different websites you can develop it with the help of web application. And so once you know C# very well, so what you can able to do, so you can write a window application or web application. So web application may be websites you can develop it, or portal kind of applications you can develop. Maybe a CMS, content management system, and online portals and login applications and everything you can able to develop with the help of a web application. Okay, so we have a window application, we have a web application, and also we have so many things. Okay, so we can do with the help of Visual Studio software and by knowing C#.NET as a language. Okay, so we are now going to use this Visual Studio software, but before that, see, actually I started using Visual Studio from 2015, sorry, 2005. Okay, so previously there were so many SDKs will be available. So SDK, can you just tell me what the meaning of SDK?
SDK.
What's the full form of it? Software development kit. Like you told me. Even in Java also, there are packages like Java packages.
Yeah, got it.
In C# also, like we have so many SDK, software development kits. Okay, so they previously, like before 2005. So we have like some exe files, and you have to just load into that exe file in a command prompt, and then to run it. Because still before that versions will be available, but not in that much familiar about it. So I used to use the SDK, software development kits, and when 2005 was released, then I started using the 2005. Before that, like a command prompt, Visual Studio in a command prompt, you can use it and other stuff. So when 2005 was released, Then they started with the window application and the web application. Okay. In 2005 and 8 and 10, 12, 13, 15, and the recent version is 2017. And before 2 months back, actually they released 2017 the Visual Studio software. Okay. So currently I'm using the enterprise edition of Visual Studio 2017. Fine. Okay. So let's get started. So we have file and new and a project option. So what you have to do, always just open Visual Studio. Let us assume that you already installed the Visual Studio. So once the Visual Studio installation is completed, you always go to file option and a project option. Okay, so go to file and new and a project option. So just select a file new and a project option. So once you select a file new and a project option, you have here option that is Visual C#. Okay. So we have Visual C# as an option, and we have a console application. Okay, so console is like a DOS prompt, and if you want to start from scratch any programming language, always start from the command prompt, so that we get an exact idea how you're going to write the program and the other internal details of the programming language. Okay, so as I said, like we have a window application and a web application also, and we have here that is console application.
Okay.
We'll write some code and everything in a console application, and once we are familiar with the language, and then we'll build application. What kind of applications? A Windows form application or web application. So it is a web application. Just select a web here. Okay, so this is ASP.NET web application. So what is the meaning of ASP.NET and MVC application and other stuff? So we are going to select it. Okay, so as you told that CRUD and MVC application. So what you did is I selected a Visual C# web application, selected web application, and just says that here test one. Okay. Anything, just mention some name. Yeah, so here it will ask whether you want an empty application or MVC application. Okay, form application, other stuff. So depending on that, you can just select the application and we can do that.
What is the difference between web forms and MVC?
See, actually, just a second, I'll just select one option. Okay, see, once I select a web application, so anyhow, see, what is my thing? I want to develop the web application.
Web application.
So if I want to develop a web application, what are the different options which are available for me? Okay, so that's what you are asking me. So let me explain that. So click on OK option. See, we have here so many options. Okay, the first one is empty option, web form option, MVC option. First, I will focus on these three parts. Okay. So first is empty part. Okay. So what is this empty application? Empty means it will not create any template file for you. Okay. So it's a complete blank application. So if it is a blank application, it will not helpful for the new beginner to understand what type of code they have to write it.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you are little bit familiar, okay, or let's say that I explained how to execute your application by selecting empty application, then you can able to start it. For a new beginner, at least he want to check and he want to just immediately by running the application, you want to check whether the how the pages will be created and everything. At that time, what you can do is you can select a web form, okay, and you can select an MVC. Okay, so what's the meaning of it? First see that I'm selecting an empty application. Okay, so empty what application you want, whether you want an ASP.NET application. So if you select a web form, it will create an ASP.NET application. Okay, if you selected this, check. And if you want empty MVC application, then it will create an MVC application, not with ASP.NET application. It will create an MVC application. Okay, instead of this empty, if I select a web form, what will happen? Okay, so if you select this web form, it will create a basic package for you. So that package is useful for just running your application, and you can able to see the different forms and everything. Sorry, different pages and everything you can able to see. That is in web form. Web form, it is nothing but full package. It will give basic packages, but if you select empty, it will not give any packages. You have to start from scratch.
Okay.
Okay, it's just
in
like
the web forms itself, inbuilt we have some packages.
Inbuilt and MVC also. Inbuilt we have packages and everything. It is just like Ready-made home is there. Okay, so you purchased a home instead of instead of constructing a home. Okay.
Okay.
After that, you can customize the home and little bit modifications of the home or a flat or something. So it's just like I'll just give an example. Empty means you have to
Okay.
start like you have to
From the
construct
basis.
home and everything. Start from the scratch.
Mhm.
So here everything is already ready. Only the thing is you have to customize it. Okay.
Okay.
I hope you got my point.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got it. I got it.
Any So we'll discuss about this a little bit later. So let me come back. So I'm selecting a Visual C# and a console application. Okay. See now. Okay, just a second. Okay, I'm writing see here. If I write a Karthik here, what will happen? Can you just tell me?
It will create a folder.
Yeah, it will create a folder. Fine. Okay. So all my projects will be in Karthik folder, so that I can share you with whatever I will write a code. I can share you in a Google Drive. Okay, so that it will be easy for me also and for you also. Yeah. So here I'm writing. Okay, let's say C#. Okay. _01. Okay, this is my first file.
1 second. I got a doubt. I mean, when I was installing Microsoft Visual Studio, it has to change the environmental variables, right? Path.
Okay.
We have to give the exact path, or else we have to give any local drive, or else we have to give the administration path.
Okay. See, actually, whatever you're asking, right? So that we were doing around past, 5 years back, or 7 to 8 years back. But still,
But, okay.
now the thing is, you have a software is ready, and just double click on it and install it. Okay, but just let me finish. Okay, so if you don't want to install a Visual Studio software, okay, but still if you want to practice command prompt application, just like a console application, okay.
Okay.
At that time, like in a Java or C#, you have to set an environment variable. Okay, why we are setting an environment variable? In order to just to execute the application, but not you can't able to do a window application or a web application, so you can't able to achieve it. Only you can just practice a console application just like a command prompt window. Okay, so that by using environment variable. Okay, by using the environment variable. Okay, and how you have to set your environment variable? So just a second. I'm making. Can you able to share your screen? I'm making you as a presenter.
I know the changes in the path, how to give the path in the environmental variable. Just I want to know that what is environment, why do we need to change the path, and where do we need to change the path? I mean, obviously,
Okay.
if we install the Microsoft Visual Studio, it will be in program files, right? So
Yeah,
we
that's
can
what.
easily change the path from drives.
Yeah, you can location and everything you can change it. See, what you are asking. Okay. See, to execute it in a command prompt, which means let's say if I write Control D. Okay. So sorry, Control R. If I write CMD. Okay.
Okay.
So I will get a command prompt. Okay. So if I write CD/, so where I am now in a C drive. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you type CSC, what's the meaning of CSC?
Clear screen. No.
No, it's a C# compiler. Okay.
Okay. C#.
So whenever you set an environment variable, then you can write a CSC and then hyphen and question mark. Okay.
Okay.
What is the use of this? So once you click on enter option, see, now the environment variable is already set. Okay, a long time back, maybe some other student actually, which I already explained it. This is what I usually take it. My first class and everything, I usually take this type of thing, but I stopped this way of teaching it because people will get confused for even. Okay, so once you type CSC hyphen question mark, then you can able to see the compiler options which are available in C#. That is in Visual Studio. Okay, so like target is to library, module, and WinExe and everything. These are nothing but what compiler options. There are so many compiler options. These are the compiler options which are available in C#. And if you want to check the different compiler options, what you have to do is CSC hyphen question mark or slash also you can write that. Slash and something you have to type. Okay, so one way I know is CSC hyphen question mark. So it is another one is CSC slash or something we have to write. Okay, the another way of writing a compiler slash. Yeah, same. Okay, so slash and question mark. So this is for checking the command prompt and how to set the environment variable. I have already set the environment variable in a command prompt. Okay, so that what I can do, even I can type the program and I can execute the program and I can run my program. Okay, in a notepad I can run my program and I can execute it here. If you want, I will just show you how to execute the program. Okay, let's say here only I will type it and I will show you that. So go to file option, new option. Okay, it's asking me to save it. Yeah. So let me save here. Okay. Yeah, fine. I will open a new file. Okay, so this is my new file. Suppose say that you want me to start from an environment variable and the environment variable is already set, but we'll try to set the environment variable once again. Okay, so I'm writing using system. What is this using system? Any idea?
No.
Okay. In Java, like import and then
package.
Yeah.
Header file.
So, okay. So which means you are importing it. Okay. Which means what? You are using that. Okay, that package you are using. It may be what you can say some I forgot the packages in Java. Can you just tell me one package name? You import what you will write?
Util
something. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I got it.
packages you are using. Okay. So which means what? You are using a namespace.
Yeah.
What is namespace? Namespace is nothing but a group of a collection of classes. Okay. So that I will explain it in Visual Studio. You will get an example here. So I will just show you how to execute the program. Okay. So here I'm writing console dot write line. What is this console dot write line?
It's a print statement, if I'm not wrong.
It's an output statement. Now it's a printf statement in C program. Okay.
Yeah.
So console dot read line. What is this read line? It's like a get th so that we can display the screen in continuous manner, and also it's like a scanf statement in C program. Okay, so simple program we have written, and let me save this program. Okay, so click on save as and go to C drive. Okay, yeah, just save it in C drive. We'll see later. Okay, so what is my extension? I want a dot file. Okay, and I want to save my file. Let me create a folder here. Let me create one folder. Okay, so I will write a K1. Okay, so it's Karthik. So I'll write K1, and here I will write my first file. It is K1 dot. What is the extension? Tell me what's the extension I have to save.
Extension for .NET.
So what language you are learning?
.NET.
.NET is the platform.
C Sharp.
C Sharp. Okay, so if you have write CS means C Sharp. Okay.
C Sharp. Okay.
And .Java means it's a Java programming. .PHP means PHP.
Okay.
So like .C means C programming. .C++, sorry, .CPP means
got it.
Okay, so CS means C Sharp. Okay, or C also. Yeah. So we already saved the program. So let me go to the command prompt. Okay, so I want to go to the folder, change the directory to K1. So I'm in a K1 folder, and so if I write dir, so my file, what is my file name? K1.cs, created in 15/6/2017 and 2044. Okay, so it's K1.cs. Okay, so if I want to compile this program, can you just tell me how to compile this program?
In C Sharp.
Yes.
Okay, don't know.
See, you have to write CSC. What's the meaning of CSC?
C console.
C# compiler. Okay,
C
so
sharp
we are going to
compiler.
use the C# compiler. What's the file name? K1.cs.
K1.cs.
Okay, so which means what? I'm compiling a program. So in C programming, how we will compile a program? Alt F9, Control F9. So it's for nothing but compile and run the program. Okay, so I'm compiling the program. So once I compile my program, okay, it's showing error in CS 1.9 invalid token bracket class structure. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, so just click on edit option. K1.cs file. Not opening. Okay, so using system class is correct only. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's CSC. Okay, K1.cs file. Error, it not showing a line number. Okay, K1. Okay. So CSC, it's K1.cs. Okay, token in class. So line number 4, line number 5, and column number 18 and 17. Okay. So first line, second line, third line, and fourth line. Line number 4. Okay. Column number it's asking. I'll use a Notepad++. Okay. So I'm just selecting a Notepad++.
Do we need?
So
we
let
have to
me
use
open
any
Notepad.
spaces between console.write?
Just a second. Okay, I'm just checking. So just go here and go to K1 and K1.cs, and this is fine. Okay, so console.write line. Okay, so class is there, and this is the line number 4. Okay. Console.write line. Hello, Karthik is fine, and console.read line is also fine. Then why it is giving error? Okay. 14th invalid token. Okay. So let me explain it here. Okay, so I have selected Visual C# and a console application. Okay, so just select this one in a Visual Studio. We'll see. So once I open it in a Visual Studio in a console application, that is in a command prompt. Okay. So actually, so once I use it in a Visual Studio, so I'll get a Solution Explorer. Can you able to see the Solution Explorer? And you have, okay, so namespace and all you have to only write it in the IDE application. Don't write it in a console application as we are using here. Okay, that is in a command prompt. Don't write it. That's the reason actually I didn't use it. Okay, only you start from the class. Okay, class program, and okay, I forgot to write a main function. Okay, where is the main function? Function is not there. Okay.
Okay.
Always public. Okay, public static. It's not showing a function also something. Okay, so public static void main. Fine. So always a program start from the static function. Okay, so the main is always static. Okay, so save your application and run your application now. First we'll clear the screen. Okay, CSC, and it is K1.cs. Can you able to run your application? Yes. Okay, so because I have forgot to write a main function. Okay, so see, once I compile my code, and we'll see now dir. Sorry, we'll see dir. Okay, so can you able to see K1.exe here?
Yeah.
Okay, which means once you compile your code, you can able to see the exe file.
Exe file. Okay.
Okay, and once you write your execute your exe file. Okay, so what you are able to get? Hello Karthik, you are able to get.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is about setting an environment variable and executing and everything here, but that is not necessary and that is not needed only. Okay, we have an IDE application. Okay, what is this using system collection and everything. These are the namespaces. Okay. So I'm just remembering all these things. So because it's created a so many packages, so many code for me, template code for me, so that instead of focusing on the class program and main function everything, I can start from here. Okay, so I can write in a console, and also it's giving me a drop down option. Okay, it's called as IntelliSense. Okay, so that you should type only C. Okay, but then console. Okay, then you can able to see the console. Okay, and you are also not bothering about what is the first letter, the capital. It must and should be a capital letter, because I know, so I have written the first one is capital. The second one, this right line W is capital and line L is capital. Okay, so C is capital, R is capital, L is capital, because I know it, so that I have written. Okay, but if you are using it in Visual Studio, so that automatically it will show. Let's see here, I'm writing the first one is small letter. Okay, so console. Okay, you can select this one, so automatically it will be capital. Dot right line. Okay, see here, right and right line. Both are there. What's the difference? We'll see. So right line I'm writing. Okay, so I'm just writing, hello Karthik. So once I write, hello Karthik and give a semicolon. Okay, so can you just tell me what I missed now? Something I have to write.
Read line.
So why I want to write a read line? What if I don't write a read line? What will happen?
Yeah, console.writeLine is a just printing statement.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So if I write a read line, what will happen? If I don't write a read line, what will happen?
Okay, I think this statement hello Karthik will be print in the console. I think so, if I'm not wrong.
See, I will start application and I'll just run the application. Okay.
Okay.
So now see here, build started project. This is started already. So it succeeded. So you can able to see build succeeded here. Okay.
Okay.
So now see, and this is what the output. Okay. We'll see whether output it is showing or not.
Yeah. Hello.
See, it showed the output, but it automatically disappeared. Why? Okay, because we have not written console.readline.
Console.
It's just like get ch in C programming.
Yeah, we can get in Java also without writing that exe. Yeah, got it.
Okay, so and one more reason why we are using readline is to scan the input element. Let's say that instead of this hello Karthik, if I mentioned enter number, okay, so that number, if you want to store it in a variable, at that time you are using readline. It's nothing but a scanner. Yeah,
got it.
Okay, for this two reason actually we are using this read line. And in technically, what is this console and what is this write line? Can you just tell me?
Write line is nothing but it's.
I don't want the answer like write line is a output statement and read line is the input statement. I don't want that answer. In technically, I'm asking what is the console, what is the write line?
No idea.
Console is a class and write line is a function.
Okay.
So if you want to know like what exactly it is, okay, so what you have to do, just keep a cursor here, right click on this, then go to the definition. You can able to see the go to the definition.
Okay. Yeah.
Just go to the definition. And it is in which namespace?
System.
Okay, so if it is in the system namespace, so what you are using here?
System. Okay.
So once you are using the system, okay, once you use so once you are using the system, so that you can able to access the different classes which are there in the system.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the reason I call this as namespace.
Okay.
So in .NET, don't call it as a package; it's a namespace.
Okay.
Namespace is nothing but a group of or collection of classes.
Okay.
So what is a class? Console is a class. So right click on this, go to the definition. Automatically we go to the system namespace, which is given by the Visual Studio software. We have not written this code, and it is nothing but the Visual Studio software code. So system, and in that we have a class called as console class. So what is a console? It's a class. Okay, and also we'll see write line. Okay, let me click on a write line and go to the definition. And what is this write line? Public static void write line. Okay. So what is inside here? It's a string value. It is nothing but what? Console write line is an output statement. So what it will print? It will print a string value.
String value.
Okay. We have so many write line. It's not only about a string value. Object is there, long, integer, float, and so many options are there.
Got it.
Okay. So we have console is a class and write line is a function. Okay. But we know that we can create an object to the class and we can call a function. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so say class say Karthik. Okay, I'm creating a Karthik class, and here I want to write a one function. Okay, let's say public void display. So display function, and I want to write here one output statement, console dot getting right, console dot write line.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
hello. Okay. Hello. Just will write a hello. Okay.
Okay.
Or hello display function. That's fine. Instead of writing hello display function. Fine. So I have written a hello display function and give a semicolon here. Okay. So now tell me how to call this function in a main function.
We have to create an object.
Okay. So tell me how to create an object. Karthik of KOBJ.
Yeah. New Karthik of system.in.
So we have a new keyword, and by using the new keyword, you can create an object. So once you create an object to the class, memory will be created in the stack or heap. You just tell me.
Stack.
No, always it will be created in the heap, and we'll see in the coming classes. So how it will be created in the stack and how it will be created in the heap and what will happen and everything. Okay. See here.
Display.
Yeah. Once I write here KOBJ dot, automatically it will show you the function.
Functions. Okay. Yeah. Display.
Function. Display function. Yes. Okay. So you can call that. Okay. See here. Actually, you're calling the function by using object of the class.
Yeah.
Okay. But here you're calling by using class name dot function name. Why it is? What is the reason for that?
Sorry, class name dot.
Okay, let me repeat the question. Okay, see here, I have a Karthik class which I have written on top of it, and I create an object of the class and I called a function.
Yeah.
But here, this is console is also a class. Why I have not created the object of the console class and I called a write line function? Immediately I'm calling like a class name or function name. What is the reason behind it?
Yeah, here we have imported that namespace system.
No, that's not a problem. Even I can use the same way. I can create my own reference and I can add it and I can write in that way and I can write it. It's not the same case.
Okay.
See, we can call a function in two different ways. One is by using class name or function name. Another one by using creating the object of the class. Can we call this by using class name or function name? Karthik dot.
Display.
Can you able to see the display function?
No.
Why? You got my question?
Yeah, got it. I got it, your question.
Okay.
Okay. We can't call with the class name and function name, right?
Yeah,
that's
but why I'm calling you? Why I'm calling you?
Not sure.
Okay. See, if it is a function if the function is static, always you have to call by using class name or function name.
Function is static. I mean, display.
Function return type is static. Okay, so let me copy this piece of code, and I will write display one. Okay, and here also I'm writing. So now tell me how to call this display one function. Can you call by using object of the class? We'll see. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I have not written static. That's the reason it's allowing me.
Public static.
Okay, so I'm creating a static function now. So once I create a static function, can I call by using KOBJ dot? Okay.
No.
See, if it is a static function, It's a static function, always call
Second dot with class name, Karthik dot
Karthik dot. Can you able
display
to see this
one.
here?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so always call by using class name dot function name. So now tell me why I am calling console dot write line instead of creating the console object and calling the write line function. This is what I asked you.
Okay. No idea.
You're getting my question. See why I am calling Karthik dot display one instead of KOBJ dot display one. That is the same answer for here also.
Class name dot function name we have to call here.
No, it's a class name function name only I called. But what is the
Yeah.
reason behind it? What's the reason behind it?
Here we are written in static function, right?
Which one?
Here we have the main function with the static, right?
You leave about the main function. Okay, I'm not bothering about the main function. I'm asking here, okay, see why I called this display one by using class name. Just tell me the reason.
We have written that function in the static.
Okay, and also I'm asking you why I have called this write line function with this console class name.
Not getting exactly.
See, we have a display one function.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got that point. Because
And
display one function is in a static function. I mean, we have written in static.
and write line is also a static function. That's it.
Okay, it's also written in static.
We'll check that. Okay, go to the definition.
Definition.
Can you able to see?
Okay, this is also in a static function.
So if it is a
Okay.
static function, how you have to call? You have to call compulsory. You have to call by using class name dot function name.
Class name dot function name. Okay.
Call by using object also no use only. So you have to call by using class name dot function name. So that's the reason we are writing console dot write line. That's the reason the people will write it as console dot write line. This is the main purpose or this is the main use of console dot write line.
Okay.
It's not like it's a display statement and we have to write it in that way only. It's not a proper answer. Okay, so what is this console dot write line? It's output statement. Console dot read line, it's an input statement. So what internally it happens and why we are writing like that and how to call the function and why this writing is calling by using class name or function name. Okay. So we'll see and we'll start the application. Okay. See here, hello display function, hello display one function, and hello Karthik it is shown. The first one is a simple function, and that is in the Karthik class. The second one is a static function that is in the Karthik class. We have called by using Karthik dot display one. Okay, this is by using object or display one.
Object.
And yeah, and this is directly we are calling console dot write line.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. See now the next one. Instead of writing a write line, if I write, what will happen?
Definition.
No. See, what is this write? Can you just tell me now?
Write line means it will take the content.
Write is a function.
Function. Yeah, I got it.
I'm calling by using class name or function name means write is a function, and it's a static.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a static
function. Why? Because you are calling class name dot function name.
Class name dot function. Okay.
Now, what is the difference between write and write line? First you see the output. Okay, where is the cursor position?
Karthik at last.
Okay, and we will write a write line. Instead of write, I'll write a write line. Okay. So now we'll see where is the cursor position. Where is the cursor position?
Okay, it's nothing but slash n in Java. Next line. It goes to
so it is nothing but carry age written and without carry age written. So it carry age written. So write line means it will be the next line, and write means it will be the same line.
Same line.
So I will modify a little bit now. So console.write line or write enter number. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will enter number. I don't want to write line because the number should be in the same line.
Same line.
Okay. So if you write right line, and then what will happen, we'll see. Okay. So if I execute it, so number I have to write it in the next line. I don't want to write the number in the next line. Okay. So if I want to write it in the same line, then
right, we have
what
to write console.write.
Okay. So that it will show there only. Okay. And if I enter a number, okay, so that must and should be stored in some integer value. Okay. I'm writing an integer here. But before that, we'll use a string. Okay. So string s is equal to, now tell me what I have to write. I have to write console dot
read line.
Okay. So once I write a read line, so it's nothing but a scanf statement. Whatever I write it in a command prompt, it will take it and it will add it into yes.
Variable.
Okay. And if I want to display that, what you can write console dot
write line
of
s.
Okay. So you can write it and give a semicolon. So now we'll see. Okay, we'll add a breakpoint here. So this region is called adding a breakpoint region. Okay, so I have added a breakpoint, and once you run your application, it will stop there.
Okay.
See here. So what you have to write now, if you're using a laptop, it is function F10 for step-by-step execution. See, enter number. So I'm writing a number now, 100. Okay. So once I click on enter option, see, what is the S value?
100.
Can you able to see the S value as 100?
Yeah, 100.
Okay, we'll see in HTML visualizer. Can you able to see here 100?
Yeah.
This is how actually you have to trace the value. So I'm just showing you how to trace it. That's the reason I'm just explaining it. Yeah. And so we have S is equal to 100. And once I write a console.write line on this yes, so that what it will print yes. What is this? It will print the function F. Can you able to see the 100 value? Yeah. Okay, so this is the way actually we are writing the programs.
Okay.
These are just a basic action. Still so many things are there. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to explain everything. I don't want to confuse. Okay. See, and we have one more thing here. It is references. Okay. Just now when I was explaining about a static thing, you told me that if it is in the package, then you are writing like class name function name or something you told. Okay. Then I told that even if I write a package also the same, even you can create an object of the class and you can able to see and you can able to check it also. Okay. That also we are going to do, but not at the right time. So we'll do that. Okay. So we have this Karthik class, and in this Karthik class we have two functions. One is the display function, another one is a display one function. Okay. We have one more class. It's a program class which is automatically created by the Visual Studio. And but if you are practicing in a console command prompt window, then don't write this namespace. It will not take namespace.
Namespace.
The project name and everything, you don't write it. Okay, it's automatically connected with the Visual Studio, right? So don't write it. Using system, you can write, and class, you can start from this and you can write it, all these things. So it works. But nobody is using, just for your practice purpose, you can just do. If you don't have Visual Studio also on your laptop, you can able to execute the .NET application. Okay. So you can actually setting an environment variable and we're trying to use that. Because anyhow we are using a window application. Automatically it supports the packages. Okay, basic .NET console application packages it supports. No need to install it also. Okay. For Java, actually, you have to set an environment variable and everything you have to use it because it's not Microsoft related. But Windows is a Microsoft related product, so that automatically they give a package for practicing the console application. But nobody is trying to use that. But if you are running with some online software and all, at that time we need a basic package of the SDK, software development kit. at that time they don't install the .NET framework and all, because it's already installed SDK packages, which are by default installed now, like operating system itself.
Okay.
But if your application is related to Java, then you have to import the packages and everything, add setting an environment variable and set it and everything. But that is not required in a Microsoft application because it's a Microsoft product only. Operating system what we are using, it's a Microsoft product only. So we are not bothering about it. This is the
Okay.
one. Okay. So let me show you how to set the environment variable. Just a second, I share my screen. So once I open that, I will go to my C drive and I'll just show you.
It's C# is a language.
Yes.
And .NET is a framework, right?
.NET is a platform.
Platform. Okay. And
Either
ASP.NET?
you can say it as a framework also. Okay.
Okay. What is ASP.NET?
ASP.NET is an application.
Application. Okay.
The ASP.NET is an application. MVC is an application. Okay.
Model.
.NET is
Okay. Model controller.
.NET is a framework. You can use that framework for different applications, like a
Different
window
application.
Yeah, window application and web application.
Mobile application. Yeah. Okay.
Can you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. See, always what you have to do, you have to go to C drive. Okay. So in C drive, you'll get a folder called as Windows.
Windows.
Okay. So just go to the Windows. Okay. And here in the Windows, you will get a folder called as Microsoft.NET. Can you able to see the Microsoft.NET?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Go there and you have a framework, .NET framework. Okay. So it is framework. Yeah. You have to go to framework. Okay, not framework 64, just go to framework. And in framework, you have so many versions. V1 version, V2 version, version 3.5, 4 and everything. Okay, so select this v2.0.50727. It's the older framework. Okay, so like I used to do the setting the environment variable and everything by using the v2.0.50727. You can select the other version, not a problem. Okay, so if you want to select this version, just go here and copy this path.
Okay.
I'm talking about, because since you asked me how to set an environment variable, so I'm just trying to explain this. Okay.
Okay.
I have your file here. Okay, so you asked me how to set an environment variable. So I'm just trying to explain that. Okay. Okay, how to set an environment variable. The first step is you have to select a path. You have selected a path, so it is in always in a Windows folder. We have a .NET and framework. Depending on what version you want to select, you can just select that. And now the thing is, you have to copy this path into the environment variable. Okay, so copy and paste this path in environment variable. Okay, so now tell me how to do that.
We have to go to
just a second. This PC I have to search because it is Windows 10. Okay. Just a second. Okay. See here. Can you able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Environmental screen.
Okay. See, what you have to do, always you have to right click on this PC. Okay. So right click on this PC.
I know this advanced system settings.
Okay. So just go to environment.
There we
So
have
in
to set.
environment variable, if you are using an XP, you don't have all the boxes like in a new option and other thing. But if you are using an Windows 8 and Windows 10, you have an option like new option. You can type environment value and the path. But here we have an option path. Double click on this, okay, and you can just set the environment path.
Copy paste.
Okay.
Okay.
You have a path here. Here you have an option. Like previously, we don't have this option. Okay, if you worked in XP with the environment variable path, how to set it and all, you can realize actually what I'm talking about. Okay, so once I double click on this path, you have now the new option. Okay, like once I click on new option, I can type it here. But in XP,
Yeah.
we use a semicolon.
Okay.
I guess you didn't try that. Okay, XP didn't try it actually. Okay, see now what I have to do. I have to just copy paste this path. This thing, okay, where I have to paste it. I have to paste it here. Okay, just click on new option, paste it here, but it is already there. Okay, which I already, as I already told you, I have already set it in my
Yeah.
or else just delete this. Okay, delete option is not there, it's there. Okay, so I deleted it, and this is what my next environment variable. It's a C Windows and Metro.NET and framework and B2. This thing, just click on OK option and click on OK option. Okay, yeah, okay. So once I set my environment variable, just go to the command prompt and click on OK here, and you can see d slash okay csc hyphen question mark. The environment variable is ready. Okay, so this is how actually we have to set an environment variable. First, you go to C drive Windows Microsoft.NET framework and select the versions. Copy paste the path in an environment variable. That's it. Okay, so this is once the environment variable is set, then you can type a program, but nobody is using, so why to waste the time? Okay, so yeah, so using system and the namespace, and then we are writing like this in a GUI application, that is by using a software that is Visual Studio software. Okay, I hope you got my point. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Fine. And this region is for adding a breakpoint and doing it in a other way. Okay, so you are in a little bit confusion regarding. Let me explain. Okay, so we have a software Visual Studio. C# is a language. Okay, and okay, little bit I will explain about this. Okay, so Windows application and a web application. So in Windows application we have two things. Okay, one is WinForm. Okay,
WinForm and MVC.
WinForm, and another one is WPF application. Okay, it's called as WPF, Windows Presentation Foundation application. Okay. And in web application we have two things. One is using ASP.NET. Okay, another one is using, that's what you asked me. What is this ASP.NET? It's a just application.
Application.
ASP.NET MVC application. Okay, model views and controller application. Okay, so why you are using MVC application? Because you want to develop a web application.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a reason. It's a MVC is a, like you can say it's a framework for developing a web application. It's a web application framework, you can say.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
Do we get mobile application in this?
You have to use a Xamarin actually. We have a Xamarin. Pardon?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Is it XAMPP server or?
Xamarin.
Xamarin. Okay.
You know how to, Android Studio?
Yeah.
Okay, see, what's the difference between Android Studio and Xamarin Studio?
I'm not aware about Xamarin Studio.
Okay, see, you have an Android Studio, and by using the Android Studio, you can develop the say
mobile application.
Apps. Yeah, mobile apps and other things. Okay, but if you want to develop a mobile app, okay, a mobile app by using a C# language.
Okay.
You're getting my point. In Google, say in Android, okay, Android Studio, you have to write Java code.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
see, I'm into .NET. I'm into C# from nearly around 10 from I'm in touch with 8 to 10 years. I'm in touch with C# .NET. Immediately, I don't want to switch my concept, and even I'm not at all interested to switch on to from C# to Java. Okay.
okay.
Why I have to go to Android Studio and to develop an application? I will use a Xamarin Studio and I will develop an application.
So it's just an IDE.
Yeah, the studio, the Android Studio is also an IDE.
Yeah,
So we
it's an
have,
IDE.
yeah, so
Xamarin
we
is an IDE.
Xamarin is a company actually. Microsoft people, they already took this company. It's a Xamarin.
Okay. If you
So
want to develop any mobile application in C#, we have to use a Xamarin Studio, right?
that's it.
Yeah. Is this Xamarin Studio supports Java?
A few of the packages actually you have to install. If you have to add it, but everything it's C#.
Okay.
Let me show you. Usually I won't use my internet when I explain. Let me, since you asked, let me show you the website so that so you can write a grammar in university also. Yeah, can you able to see the Xamarin University?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Xamarin is a company. Okay, so they develop the products like for a Visual Studio actually. Okay, so in the C# code you can able to use it, Xamarin, and even for iOS also you can use it. See, one drawback which is in Android Studio is like suppose say that you want to write a C# code, or say you want to develop a um, app for iOS application and an app for
Mm-hmm.
Windows application and an app for what to say Android application. Okay,
Okay.
so you have to write a different packages and different code for all three kind of application. I'm talking about a hybrid.
Okay.
Okay. So, but in a Xamarin, only one code you are writing. That's the C# code, and automatically you can develop iOS, Android, and Mac. Sorry, iOS and Android and Windows. Three things actually you
Okay.
can make it. But nowadays, it's Windows is outdated actually. Okay, they removed few of the things actually. Okay, because nobody is using now Windows. It's almost flop actually, and also there is no update. Also, there is no posts of related to Microsoft say Window application. Okay, Windows app I'm talking about. Okay, mobile app. Okay, so that's the reason almost all the other
Okay.
people actually they stopped few the development of the mobile Windows application.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you got my point. Like
Yeah,
iOS
yeah,
is there,
got it.
Android is there, but what about the Windows phone? Sorry, yeah, Microsoft
Mm.
phone.
Yeah,
Microsoft
yeah,
Windows.
yeah.
Nobody is using and Microsoft Nokia, but inbuilt it is Android only. Okay, Windows is almost outdated now because research gap is there, and they have to fill the too much of research gap and everything. There are so many drawbacks, and it's hanging and everything. Because Android people they able to succeed, and because of a lot of communities and developers and so many developers which are working on it, and finally they come up with Android. So, but it's very difficult for the Microsoft people to survive because they have to put and they have to survive for next 5 more years to make a suitable product and make a comfortable product for the for the users.
Okay.
But anyhow, we are using an Android. The people they don't want to switch back. If they want to switch back, also it's not comfortable for them. And that's the reason actually once again they are switching back to the Android or maybe Apple. Okay, so iOS application
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because they are from the industry from long time back. Okay, so Microsoft people immediately they tried it. It's not possible, and also they tried with the Bing also the same thing as the Google people they have already Google as a search engine. The same thing the Microsoft people also they tried. Google they are trying from the last 20 years and 25 years, and Microsoft people immediately they can't switch back, right? The same way. And also nowadays like Yahoo also sold it to very same company. but they are unable to survive because of the search engine, because Google, they have a lot of developers and other stuff, and they have new approaches and new ideas. So very difficult to survive. And also for the security reason, so many other reason, actually they sold it to 4.5 uh, billion, I guess, billions on around last 3 to 4. It's a very fine, security company like HTTPS, and like whenever you pay something online, so it's a Verizon company. They usually give a security for the websites and other stuff. It's like SSL, secure socket layer. Okay, so they took a Yahoo company, and almost shares and everything is Yahoo shares are in Verizon now. Okay. Because of stuff which are going on. So it's about mobile applications. So let's come back. So we have Xamarin Studio. So if you want to develop the apps, and then we can use Xamarin Studio for it, and you can develop the applications. Okay. So I'm teaching you a C#.NET with the web application, that is ASP.NET, and how you're going to use an MVC application, and how to develop the MVC applications for developing the websites. Okay, and also whatever the applications we develop, it will directly host into a server. There are free servers which will be provided from some other companies, actually. So directly we'll host it, and we'll see how it works and what are the different changes we have to do there, and other stuffs. Okay. Yeah. So let me come back. Can you able to hear me? Okay. Hi Karthik, can you able to hear me? Okay. Karthik, can you able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. Because you are not responding, so I thought some issue. Okay.
No, yeah, it's a technical issue and laptop has been stuck up.
Okay. So this is the thing. I'm done with the demo. Okay. So like
Okay.
what you can do is, like you can develop the applications, and let me show you simple MVC application if you want. So just go to a file option, new option, project option, which is C#, and select a web application, select a application. Okay. So let me write Karthik MVC. Okay, I'll write MVC. And once I select the MVC application, so I will click on OK option. So I want to create an empty MVC application. Okay, empty MVC. Okay, I have selected OK option here. So once you select an OK option, so now it will give me a small packages of MVC. It will not create any template of MVC. Okay, because it's empty. Okay. Still it's loading. That's what I told you. Because I'm using a 4 GB RAM. Okay.
Okay.
It's not 4 GB, it's 8 GB RAM actually. Okay. Yeah. So we have here, model and a view and a controller. So MVC is nothing but a folder. Like M is a folder, model, control. In generally, I'm talking about. Don't say it as it's a folder. Okay. So model is a folder, controller is also a folder, and view is also a folder. Okay.
Okay.
In Solution Explorer, I'm talking about. Okay. Don't say it as folders. Okay. So we have model. Okay.
Yeah.
Model is nothing but class files we have to write. So right click on it, click on add. Okay, go to model and add. Okay, so click on new item option. What I have to write it here? I have to write a class. Okay, so just select here. Okay, select a class. Once you mention a class, can you able to see class? And what's the extension here?
CS.
Why?
It's a C#.
Yeah, so we are going to write a C# class. Okay. So customer, and click on add. Can you able to see the namespace and class, public class and customer? Okay,
Yeah.
so you know how to create a property, and what do you mean by encapsulation?
Yeah, winding up data and into one unit.
How? What are these get and set?
Get and set method. Get is nothing but reading the value.
Set is nothing but
Writing the value. I mean printing, getting value.
okay, not printing actually. It is writing the value.
Writing the value.
Okay, read is nothing but print or something like that. Okay, so we have get set properties. It's not a function. It's not a get function or set function. It's a property actually. Get property and a set property. Okay, so get set are called as accessor and mutator. Okay, that I will explain. Yeah, that I will explain it in a C#. So I have created a property. Okay, always what you have to do in a model, you have to create a, okay, so you have to create a classes like customer classes here, and and also the controller is also class, right? Okay, so I'll just click on a controller. Okay, first of all, initially I will create an empty controller. We'll see about later all these stuff. Click on add option. So here I'm writing my default controller. Okay, so instead of this default, I want home controller. It's the name of the controller. Let's click on that. So MVC, M means model, V means
view
and controller.
Controller.
Okay. So controller is also a class.
Okay.
Model is a class. Model is a class. Customer is a class. Okay. And what is the name of the controller? It's a home controller. Okay. Home is my controller name. Okay. So and it's also a class file. Okay.
Okay.
Now to create a view, right click on this action. What is the action here? Action is index. Okay. Right click on this. Click on add view. Okay, so what view you want? A strongly typed view. What's the meaning of it and everything? I will explain it. Just listen. Okay. So here I'm binding it to my model. What is my model? It's a customer class. Click on add option. So now I created a view. Okay. If you're not getting also no problem. Okay, I will explain it. Since I'm just showing you have an output. Okay, this is no binded to model. So if it is binded to the model, what you can write is at model. You can write it dot. You can able to write. Can you able to see the ID?
Yeah.
In a view, you can able to access the property. Okay. In a view, you can able to access the property. So see model.id, but actually we have a controller here. But what value you are getting here? Nothing. No value you are getting. Okay. So you have to take it from the customer. Okay. I'm just copying. Okay. Why I'm taking this? Can you just tell me? This namespace I'm taking and I'm adding in the using. Okay, because I want that class name.
Importing that area.
Yeah. Okay, so now what we can write? What's the class name? Customer, no?
Customer.
Okay, customer of C1
new customer.
Okay, so it's nothing but creating the object.
Function.
Once you create an object and C1 dot ID. Okay, is it an integer?
Yeah.
Okay, and also pass the object reference. Pass the object reference. Okay, whenever you are returning back to the view, also pass the object reference and we will execute the program. Okay, once you execute the program in an Internet Explorer,
okay,
then I'm able to get the value now. In Internet Explorer, we have localhost. Okay, and I'm expecting an output that is 100.
100.
Yeah. Can you able to see the 100 value?
Yeah. Index
Okay.
100.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So what we did? Okay. So I have created my model, that is customer model, in my model folder, and I have created a home and I have created an object of the model, and I initialized one value to my object of the model, and then I pass my reference to the view, that is index view. Okay, and if you
Yeah.
just go to the Explorer view, home is the controller name, index, and it's .cshtml called razor view. I will explain one by one later. So later I have mentioned at model.id. Okay,
ID.
so that it will display the value which is assigned to the object.
Okay.
It's about MVCs, so it's just a basic thing.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So I'm done with this. Okay, so let me know your timings.
Yes.
So 8:30 to around 9:30 or 10 o'clock, I will be available. Okay.
In the evening sessions, right?
Yeah, evening.
Okay. In the morning, is there any possible to take in the morning or weekends?
Weekends we'll see. Weekend no problem. Sunday anytime. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
monthly 2 Saturday at any time. 2 Saturdays I won't be available. And 2 more Saturdays at any time will be for Saturday and time. Okay. And
Okay.
please around mm, from 7 o'clock also I'm available and 8:30 also. No problem. We'll see. 8:30 we'll fix it off. Some problem is
Okay.
there. We'll start to 7 o'clock.
Sure.
One more
I
batch.
will update to Bytes online.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much, Vikram.
Yeah, yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.